Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Have At It, episode 38. My name is Ben Cornett, and as you know, on the screen there, my social media handles, they are on to my right, just right above the Caesar Palace sign or building. You can follow me at X BennyBoy702 on YouTube, which you can watch on there on my YouTube channel, Ben Cornett 9015. And if you're watching on Facebook like you are now, it is in the Ben Zone. But if you're not in the Ben Zone and you're a friend of mine on Facebook, I shared it to my personal page as well. And if you're an Instagrammer who likes to take pictures like I do or do some live stuff, I am at Ben702 forever. So please like, follow, and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated, and it would help me out a lot. Uh, so we are here tonight. Have at it. This is episode 38. Man, a lot going on. Obviously we're deep into the football season. We got baseball playoffs going on, and by the way, today is Friday the 13th. It's Jason Voorhees Day. I like Jason. I mean, Friday the 13th. Those are some good scary movies. I'm more of a Michael Myers guy. Myself. You know, Michael, Freddy, Jason. You know, all good. You know, I prefer Michael Myers. That's just me, though. Since we are into Halloween season, yeah, tell me, is there any particular scary movies that any of you guys like, or any genre of uh, scary movies? There any set? Do you like the Halloween series? Do you like the Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street series? Do you like the Friday the 13th? Or some of the newer ones like Saw, Insidious, Paranormal Activity? Um, yeah, the any Exorcist. There's a new Exorcist that's coming out. It looks pretty good. So, yeah, if you know, it's Halloween season. I like scary movies myself. Again, Michael Myers fan. Not all the Halloweens were great. The first one's my all-time favorite, the original, Jamie Lee Curtis. Um, she did the last few Halloweens, which were okay, but I think at some point you gotta kind of, you know, bring it to an end. There has to be an end story, and we just keep getting these remakes and everything, and I just feel like Hollywood needs to do something different now. Unfortunately, we have the actor strike, so you're not going to see anything anytime soon. Um, but as soon as they come back, I know the writers are supposedly back. Just do me a favor, guys. I'm going to have at it with this. Writers out there, come up with something different, something creative, something new that we haven't seen before. You know, I just feel like we're just seeing too many remakes of past movies or past shows. I mean, hell, my God, we got Frasier coming back. Now, Frasier was a good show. Kelsey Grammer was a very good actor. But do we really need to see a remake of it? I mean, they tried that with Will and Grace. That didn't really work out. They tried that with Roseanne. Um, but then she, set something out of line on Twitter or now X, and it became the Connors. So uh, I just, again, people in Hollywood, come up with something new. You know, once you guys settle your strike, your whatever it is, come up with something different, creative, please. I mean, that's all I ask. So that way I can get more involved with watching shows again, and not just sports. You know, yeah. So that's my plea to Hollywood. If anybody's listening out there or anybody cares, yeah, just please be more creative, something different. Okay, that's all I ask. That's all I ask. So, with that being said, where was I? Okay, I went from scary movies to playing, begging Hollywood to come up with something different. I said Frasier in between that. Um, it was a good show back then. Not Frasier Crane. I mean, great character, but I don't know. Do you guys like remakes? I mean, of shows. I'm not a big fan of them, but I think Frasier, the new Frasier's on Paramount Plus, either Paramount Plus or Peacock. I forget which, but um, if you've seen it, is it good? Should I give it a try? I mean, I don't know. So, reading the comments section here, we got a few comments. Scott Thaler, he is first. Thank you, Scott, for tuning in tonight. Jim Melvin, thanks for tuning in, bro. The original Exorcist scared me to death. Also, the original Night of the Living Dead. Mostly nowadays, I just laugh. Yeah, Jim, you're a writer. You're an author. And you know better than anybody, bro. Like, you're a very creative guy. And I just wish Hollywood had that same mindset, saying, you know what? We got to try something different. Let's, really use our creative juices here to show fans, show an audience that something they've never seen before, you know? And, but it seems like they don't want to try, they're just lazy and we'll do a remake of this. We'll do a remake of that, instead of, really sitting down there thinking of something that, has never been seen before, or hell, even as we've never seen in a long, long time, and kind of put your own spin on it. That's what I want. I just want something different. And like you said, Jim, with these scary movies, the majority, not all of them, because there's been a few good ones out there lately, but you're right. The majority of them, it's just more comedic. And that seems like what they're going for. Like I think it was like Cocaine Bear. Remember that when that movie came out earlier in the year? I mean, I really thought, oh, this might be something interesting. But when I watched it, it was too comedic. Like it was supposed to be scary, but um, instead it wasn't just comedy. It was bad comedy. It was just like actors trying to be funny in a horror movie. And it's just like, come on, really hype this up. I fell for the hype, and yeah, it wasn't very good. So, um, yeah. But anyway, Jim, I'm right with you there, man. Mr. Alex Schomburg, thanks for tuning in. No link. Wow. Okay, I'll throw you a link in a minute, bud, if you want to come on. Jim Melvin, thanks, man. No problem, Jim. Thank you for putting out good stuff, man. Really, thank you. All right, and we got Facebook user. Let's see who this is. This is Corey Brown. Thank you, Corey, for tuning in tonight. Bucks will win, have nobody rule out, but Lions have 7 to 10 players rule out. Yep. Yeah, I was going to get to that. Corey, thank you. I just saw the injury reports. Some big names, too, for the Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs, their rookie running back's out. Sam Laporta, their rookie tight end, is listed as questionable, although I think he'll probably play. But still, a lot of injuries for the Lions. And if you saw the NFL edition last night, I know Jim Melvin did. Alec was on there. I did say that the Buccaneers would win this game. I feel like this team is going to be one of those weeks where I think being at home and our defense keeping us in every game this year uh, has always given us a chance to win. And also with Detroit, they're kind of a conservative offense. You know, they like to run the ball a lot. They don't put Jared Goff into tough spots. That's why he's been playing so well the past year and a half. So, yeah, you know, this is going to be an interesting game. It's going to come down to both defenses are very good. Uh, both offensive lines are really good as well. I would give kind of the slight edge to Detroit, but then again, you know, the run game definitely favors Detroit. I feel like if there's ever a time for the Bucks run game, Rashad White, Sean Turner, you know, Keyshawn Vaughn, these if there's ever a time for this run game to start going, then this is the game. You know, this is the game to break it out because we all know that Baker Mayfield, you know, he's one of those guys. He's a mobile quarterback who can give defenses some trouble. And another thing, Mike Evans was a full go at practice today. Even if he wasn't, I still expected him to play. But just having a Mike Evans out there, even as a decoy, is going to really, you know, help this offense out. So I feel like the Bucks in this game, particularly in this game, with a mobile quarterback, you know, I know they faced Bryce Young last week, you know, kind of prepared Detroit a little bit. But Bryce is a rookie, you know. Geno Smith's more of a pocket passer, can run at times if he has to, but you know, Matt Stafford is a pocket quarterback. So these are just the quarterbacks I'm naming that Seattle has gone against so far this year, or Detroit's gone against. Oh no, wait, they didn't play the Rams. What am I saying? Detroit, Kansas City, Mahomes. He'll run when he can, but kind of a more pocket passer these days. So this is really the first QB that Detroit's going to face that's going to move around a lot, you know. So it's going to definitely test that defense. Hopefully, our offensive line can step up. I know Wirfs, and then you know, he's played great. He has the highest percentage, you know, among tackles in the NFL. So this is going to be a fun game. I cannot wait. The creamsicles, obviously, we're going to be wearing the old school stuff. We're an afternoon game too. It was originally a morning game, but now it's an afternoon game. So it just shows you how good both these teams are. They deserve that spotlight. You know, Bucks coming off a bye week, well rested. Detroit coming off a huge win against Carolina. Should be a very good matchup. I cannot wait. All right. Jim Melvin also says this is almost always true, but the Bucks have to avoid the early 10-0 type deficit. I agree. Absolutely, because if they go down early, it's going to be very tough. You know, the only time they were down was really against the Eagles. You know, Philly's such a great team, though. You know, they're elite, but we still held them to 25 points. I thought our defense, for the most part, did good, except you know we did have turnovers in that game from the offense. Mayfield had a pick. Rashad White got the ball knocked out, fumbled it. That turned into points for Philly. If he didn't have those turnovers, you know, it might have been a different story. So, you know, this team, can definitely cannot turn the ball over early on, cannot be down by double digits because Detroit is a very good offense and they are a very good defense. So, like I said, it's going to be the team that takes care of the ball the most and also comes up with the big plays, you know, defensively. Who's going to win that turnover battle? Should be a good one. All right. And Alec, I'm sorry, man. I'm going to send you the link in a minute. Just want to go through these comments. Scott Taylor says, God bless Israel. Yeah, it's very unfortunate that we're what's going on there. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't want this to be a platform to talk about stuff like that. With all due respect, I want this platform to get away from the stuff that's going on. It's not being disrespectful. I understand the situation. It's just I want this to be a platform we can all just have fun. Try to have fun. Try to not think about what's going on out there just for at least an hour. That's all. But yeah, I am definitely thinking about you guys, just all for all mankind. We just come on, let's just fucking get along. What? It's ridiculous. It really is. All right. And Corey Brown says the Viking season over, no playoffs. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I do have the Bears winning against the Vikings this weekend. Obviously, no Justin Jefferson. Um, Now I heard it's going to be pretty rainy, pretty windy uh, in that game. That's going to favor the run game. And Justin Fields is a more mobile quarterback than Kirk Cousins. Chicago, if their defense can play as good as they did in the first half against the Commanders, I mean, I definitely see them beating the Vikings, and I have the Bears beating the Vikings. So, yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? We got. Let me read this. Let's see. Corey says, "I still think the Bucks win the NFC South." Right now it's looking good. This we got the Saints, we beat them. So we got the head-to-head matchup already. So we're like a game and a half ahead of them. Falcons, they're still in it, but let's wait and see. I mean, I'm still not quite sold on Desmond Ritter. But their defense is pretty good, and for Carolina, it's rebuilding, so they're not going anywhere. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna send a link out to Mr. Alex Schomber. So I'm going to do that right now as we're sitting here because he wants to come on. And why not? Let me bring him on. Just 1 second, guys. I always tell everybody, anything and everything can happen live. So that's what's happening right now. All right. Alec, I just sent the link, so if you're available, come on in. There we are. All right, so that being said, I think the Bucks win the NFC South, absolutely. Yeah, so I cannot wait this weekend. Should be a great game. Lions, Bucks. There's some other good games as well this weekend. Seattle and Cincinnati, I think, is going to be really good. That's kind of one of those coin flip games. It could go either way. Seattle's a solid team. Cincinnati starting to bounce back a little bit. They had a big win last weekend down in Arizona, beating the Cardinals. Now they're 2-3. Looks like Joe Burrow's starting to get more healthy. Jamar Chase is getting more involved in the offense for Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Seattle had a bye week as well. They just stomped on the New York Giants Monday night a couple weeks back. So they're 3-1. They're looking pretty good. So it should be a very good game between two playoff teams from last year. I picked Cincinnati to win that game. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going Bengals on this one. They're at home. Seattle's offensive line, I think it's got some injuries right now. So they're a little banged up. And obviously, Jamal Adams, I don't know if he's still out with the concussion or not, but so they're losing part of their defense, assuming that he's not playing. So that could make a difference. Let's see. Mr. Alex Schomber says, I don't see anything. Give me a second. Okay, let me double check. Hope I sent that to you. Maybe I didn't. Okay, let's try that now, Mr. Schomber. See if we can get you on here. Yeah. I'm just having a Coke and a smile right now. Well, man, what do I want to have at it with? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to have at it with, ladies and gentlemen. My Dodgers were eliminated Wednesday night. Yeah, they got swept by the Diamondbacks, and congratulations to the Arizona Diamondbacks. I told people that they would make the playoffs this year. This team was getting better and better. They're a young team, upstart team. Corbin Carroll, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, man, that whole, Alex Thomas, these young Diamondbacks, they are for real. And I don't know if they're going to beat Philly, but it should be a hell of a series. And my Dodgers are just, once again, postseason failure. The postseason failures continue. They continue. And, I don't know, man. They just can't seem to get it done. Mookie Betts didn't get anything done. Neither did Freddie Freeman. Mookie and Freddie, combined had one hit in that series. And, you pay all that money for that. Yeah, it's very frustrating. But, also we had injuries. I'm not making excuses, but, Kershaw's kind of on the back end of his career. It just looked very, very bad. I felt bad for Clayton. I mean, he just got pounded in game one. Yeah, it's just, what can I say? And it's funny. It's not just the Dodgers. Think about this. The Atlanta Braves go down last night. The Baltimore Orioles lost earlier in the week. These are your top records in baseball. And all of them lose in the first round division series. So let's see here. Here's a guy that likes to talk about baseball.
Am I good?
Yeah, are you on the road, bud?
I mean, it's playing on Bluetooth.
Gotcha. Yeah, but I hear it sounds like you're on the road. Are you driving? Or are you on the road?
I mean, gas.
You sounding like Max Headroom there? Like it. Alec, can you hear me? My name is Alec. I'm a robot.
Today.
Leaving Virginia, going to Florida. Oh man. Well, Alec, what's going on, man? Can you hear me good? Hello, Alec. Okay, well, I guess he's having a little bit of technical difficulties, but hopefully he'll be back in. Look at who's here, Anthony Handy. Anthony, thank you for tuning in tonight, bud. How you doing? All the way out in Oklahoma. How's it going, bud? He says, "What's good, my guy? Watching TV with the missus, but wanted to pop in and say what's up." Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Handy. By the way, him and Colin Passu have a show every Monday nights, talk Georgia football. I put that on the Ben Zone. Check them out. If you're a Georgia Bulldogs football fan or even a college football fan, those two guys are Georgia Bulldog football fans. They have a great show. Check them out every Monday night. They are fun to listen to and watch. All right, let's see if we can have some better technicalities. I hear you now.
10-4.
10-4. There we go.
I don't know what's up with like the signal with T-Mobile. Like, I feel like people warned me before I moved back, saying that the T-Mobile signal's been iffy over here. Now I see why. Like, I've never had bad signal in that area a day in my life. Every time I got to come down here.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what it is, but
right,
man, my mental health is way better now. Back home for good.
Oh, that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. Did you just arrive today?
Yeah, I arrived today.
Nice.
I left a little bit later than normal, but I was like, I'm not leaving at nighttime. It's only.
Oh, good stuff,
Yeah,
man. I'm glad you're back in Florida, man. You're going to be at the game Sunday. That's going to be a lot of fun, man. What are you looking forward to, Mr. Schomburg, when you're at the game?
I'm just glad I got a better view this time.
It's nice. Now, like, you picked the Lions to win, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll tell you, like every time I picked them, the opposite team to win, the Bucks end up winning somehow. The record so far this year, every time I pick the other side, the Bucks are 3-1 when I pick the other team.
Okay, so this is reverse psychology, then, right?
I mean, I did last year. Look what happened. So,
yeah,
tends to work in my favor somehow.
I think it will too. I did pick the Bucks to win. I think this is going to be one of those games where it's going to come down to both see whose defense can make plays. I think the Bucks might make one more play, and they haven't really faced a mobile quarterback. Detroit has, and Baker Mayfield's a mobile type quarterback. So we'll see what happens there. I want to get to this comment here from Jim Melvin. He says, a lot of people are talking about the Bucks' next 3 games, but nothing will be easy. Even the Panthers will play us hard. The only path to a successful Bucks season is to play their way in. Absolutely. You know, this division games are tough, man. You know, the Chiefs last night, they only won 19-8. You know, it's division games are tough. No matter how bad Denver is, they played them tough. But, you know, so we cannot take Carolina or Saints or Falcons lightly. You know, you can't take anybody lightly. So, you know, Bucks next week, we play the Falcons in Tampa. So that's going to be a division game right there. Then we got the Bills Thursday night after that. So these next 3 games are going to be really a true test of where the Bucks are headed. You know, how good this Bucks team really is. So, yeah. All right. But good comment, though, Jim. Appreciate that. My 2 favorite teams are the Rays and Braves. I hear you. Yeah. Braves are out. The Braves are out as well. It is going to be Philly, Arizona, and then it's going to be the Battle of Texas, the Rangers against the Astros. I'm still going Rangers, and I think it's going to be Philly. So Texas and Philly in the World Series.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one.
Yeah, and I think they're both going to be great matchups, Alec. I really do. The game starts Sunday night, Rangers Astros game 1, and then game 1.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and then Phillies and Diamondbacks start Monday in Philadelphia. I'm going to go Rangers in 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what the crazy part is?
Yo.
It's almost as if I called the Orioles postseason to a T. Sean talked all that smack saying, Orioles won this many, they won that many. I told you, I was like, Orioles, and then October is a different game on its own. Orioles haven't been shit, never will be anything. They got lucky towards the end, but the better teams play in October, and Orioles will never be the better team. The Rays, I mean, if I can honestly say if the Rays had better pitching, I mean, I really can't say because their offense laid a goose egg.
Yeah.
I was like, they've been cursed pitching wise. Like, McClanahan can never go a full game. They always either if they're injured a lot or they never go the full 6. They always get pulled early.
Well, not only that, Tyler Glasgow can't get run support. He pitches well, but he can't get run support. And in that first game, they made how many errors? 2 or 3 errors that gave the Rangers runs. Yeah, so it was just a very bad series for the Rays. They didn't play and the crowd didn't make it any easier, or lack of crowd, I should say. So
I mean, I mean, people gotta understand, crowd wise, in Tampa on a weekday at 3:00, not everybody's gonna want to leave work to go to like across the bridge to a Rays game. It's like they're not they don't have that like kind of like I mean they'll show up to the games if it was at like 7, but a game at 3, not many job people are gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna leave my job to go to a Rays game because I mean, given if they've gone far every postseason, then I would give the fact that like yeah they probably packed the crowd up, but or say the ballpark up, but they haven't had success in the postseason, so it's like why put themselves in a situation where they show up to a game where they know the factor of like even with what's his name Wander Franco, even that situation that I don't want to repeat on the air, but that whole team is just like they had a good start. Don't get me wrong, but it's always a curse with their pitchers, and this team just falls flat. But that's with all AL East teams. I'm just glad this year it's like teams like Diamondbacks, who I remember had like what like 8-10 wins last year.
Yeah, they had like 60 something wins. Yeah, they're in last place. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like I think they had like a 28 game losing streak, something like that.
Right.
Either that or the year before that.
Yeah. And
like,
look,
I love seeing teams like that, honestly. Like I like seeing teams sneak in, like go far in there. Like Phillies, they went last year, laid flat. But I was like, I'm pulling for the Diamondbacks and Rangers. Teams like that, I want to see. Like, I want to see a different team.
I'm going to be honest, Alec. I want to see the Rangers do it because they're the only team of the 4 remaining that haven't won a World Series before. The Diamondbacks won it in 2001. Phillies won it in 2008. And the Astros won it last year. So it'd be nice for a change to see a team that's never done it before win it. So I'm pulling for the Rangers the rest of the way. And by the way, we got Corey Seager. Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing hurt me more than seeing. Yeah. Well, I'll let you finish. Let you finish.
No, I was just gonna say Corey Seager is a former Dodger, so I gotta he's on the Rangers. I gotta root for him, you know. So
yes. Yeah, go ahead. Speaking of Dodgers, that hurt me honestly. To see like that, like one of my friends is like that's a Dodgers fan. He's like, at this point, we should stop wins, and then just sneak it to the playoffs. It's like I don't know what it was to that team. Like I seen like I'm not the person to trash Dodgers at all because they definitely earn their respect in every sort of way fashion.
Yeah,
but it's like to see them in the postseason and see Mookie go for like what 1 for 11, 1 for 17, something like that.
Yeah, no, he didn't have a hit. Freddie had 1 hit. Mookie didn't have a hit, so they combined for 1 for like 20 something. But I know what you're saying.
It's just seeing that team play as like how they were. It's just, I mean, it's good for the like teams that emerge that no one really talks about, like the Diamondbacks. I really wish they would have beat Diamondbacks in a way, but you can't always get what you want in this situation.
No.
But have you seen the film from I think it was the Phillies game the other day with Strider and I think it's like he was like warming up and they were just chirping him.
Oh yeah.
And then they showed what's his name? The Arcia.
Arcia with Bryce Harper hit a home run off like 2 of them. Yeah, stared him down.
And then they had like all the fans like egging him on, and, like trying to talk shit to him, talk crap about him.
Right.
Like, he's been trying to make like weird faces. I was like, dude, like why give into that? Like you're just giving them more ammo down the road. No. It's like I get like it's like your second year.
Yeah.
Like you can't be doing those things. Like you can't like don't get me wrong. Like Phillies ballpark in October is electric. I give them full credit on that. Yeah. But you can't let the Phillies fans get to you because they always have.
Absolutely. Christopher Cole, thanks for tuning in tonight, bud. How you doing, man? Christopher is always love having him on. Man, he is. I know you're excited, Chris. The creamsicle game, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see it. Corey says Rays are always injured players every year. Yeah, well, there was injuries. Everybody has injuries, Corey. It happens this time of year. I was going to say the Dodgers, Rays. These two teams are built for the regular season, Alec. They're not really built for the postseason. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And the pitching wasn't good for the Dodgers. They had injuries in their starting rotation, and kind of same with the Rays. Not as nearly injured, but still. I mean, they couldn't hit. Dodgers couldn't hit, and that's why they're sitting at home. And the Rangers and the Diamondbacks are playing next week. So that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's just definitely blows in that situation. But I'm glad the Braves are out of it. Like people want to see them win. That's the basic people I wanted to see them win. Like last year I was pulling like hard for Philly to win it, just for it to get snatched out of their hands. Yeah. I actually want to like if it's not the Rangers, I want to see that. I want it to be the Phillies.
I just love that team. It's like, do you see the video of like the post game interview with Castellanos?
No, not that one. I saw some other ones, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, they had an interview with him. He was like, basically like the interviewer was basically saying that he's like you were meant for Philly. he's like, yeah, I fuck with Philly. I was like, as much as like he's made our life hell for when he's on the Reds.
Yeah,
I just love seeing like him on the Phillies. They just show his son every time he hits like a home run.
Yeah,
it's like I just feel like he's meant for Philly, honestly.
Yeah,
you got Trey Turner, you got
Swerver, you got Marsh. Man, you got a pretty good lineup. You really do. They're a tough team. They're going to be a tough out. Jim Melvin said you can only lose so many starting pitchers and be built for the postseason. Yeah. Again, that was with the Dodgers. Walker Buehler, he was going to try and come back this year, but from the Tommy John surgery, didn't work out. Dustin May had the same thing. So it was just a tough year for our starting. We had to bring Ryan Pettipote up. Last year he was pitching in Double-A. So, yeah, I mean, you didn't have that experience coming into the postseason, and that's what ultimately doomed the Dodgers. But also, nobody showed up on offense. Nobody hit the ball. Mookie, Freddie, you get paid all this money, and you didn't show up. I mean, if you throw anything but a fastball to Max Muncy, he's going to whiff at it. So, this offense just did not step up. They benched James Ottman in Game 3. It was a long year for this Dodgers team. They got to regroup. Same thing with the Rays. They got to regroup. Come back next year. Yeah. You okay there, Bill?
I thought this bucket was going to be empty. I was hoping.
Ooh. Oh, so you're on the road then?
Yeah, I'm back at Buc-ee's right now.
Nice. There you go, man.
Buc-ee's is the best. Even though I can't really say anything because I definitely went there for like the first time ever, like last month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like people like that hyped it up. I don't blame them. Like it's definitely worth the hype.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh! I could definitely tell I'm in Florida. I'm back home. I see all the freaking Honda Civics that are with the Ricer packs on them. I was like, "Yep, I'm definitely back home. I'm definitely back home." The Miller's Ale House. You got I see a Publix like literally right there.
There you go.
Yep, there goes another one. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man. Too bad we can't get video footage of this, man. We can only get Alex's sweet voice, his happy Florida voice that is providing us with his experience at Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
make sure you get some pictures.
Well, I already ate earlier. I had a pulled pork sandwich from over there. I had because I went to the Buc-ee's in Florida, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was like, as I was getting closer to here, or as soon as I got to Florida, I saw that they had another Buc-ee's. I was like, oh, I forgot they have one in Daytona Beach.
I was like, there's no shot I'll be able to go to that one. I was like, I didn't think I would pass that part. I thought it would be like goes like I thought it was in a different area, but the GPS had me going somewhere else. And then I kept seeing Buc-ee's like 5 miles away, 10 miles, or 10 miles, 5 miles. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely stopping here.
Well, there you go, man. Get you some of that pulled pork sandwich.
Oh no, I already had my dinner. I ate early today.
Oh, there you go.
I had like 3 of them. I couldn't help it.
Well,
like people hype it up all the time and say that like people is like I know that you're on the West Coast, but people always hype up In-N-Out. But In-N-Out is like the definition of like dog food.
oh, stop that.
I can't. Their fries taste like cardboard.
Alec, you go to the drive-through. You actually see them put the potato into the shredder, hand fresh. There's nothing like it. Okay, they're great fries, along with great burgers. All right, I'm not going to let you come on this show and desecrate the good name of In-N-Out Burger, calling them cardboard fries. Not cool, dude. I'm telling you.
Don't worry about it. In about 5 seconds, you're about to see a live view of Buc-ee's.
Oh, we're gonna see it, ladies and gentlemen.
If this is, yep, this is regular gas.
Don't
Just want to
you
make sure I'm not in the diesel ethanol area. I ain't trying to freaking put diesel in this car. Definitely won't make it home. Be freaking. Let's see. Let me freaking unplug this.
Didn't I tell everybody that anything and everything can happen live?
Here you guys go. People at least. Let me get my keys real quick. So that wants to see what Buc-ee's looks like. It's like a massive freaking hysteria.
There we go.
Let me just.
Oh, look at that. Look at that gas station. Oh my, and look, who is that? Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, a live view of Buc-ee's and Alec's face. Look how happy he looks walking around that gas station. Look at that.
Look how many gas. Like they got one there, and then they got one there.
Dude, you're in gas station heaven, aren't you, right now? Look at that.
Well, this place about to be a freaking mall fest. I gotta walk in. There's gonna be like 70 fucking people in there. The one in malls in South Carolina, I think that shit was packed as hell.
Nice.
Like I couldn't even get through the whole place. I was there for like 40 minutes. Longer than I had to be.
Oh man. What are you gonna get inside, dude? I'm anxious to know. What are you gonna get? One of those collectibles, like those Buc-ee's collectibles, or?
Heck no, it's just like 5 hours later. It's like an hour from my command, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be here again. This time I actually I want to worry about doing a lot of my things. I'm back to being a resident.
Oh, look at that. Oh, here we are. Look at that. We're going through the double doors now. There we are. Look at that. Woo! Oh man, it's like the mall of convenience stores. Look at that. 7-Eleven, eat your heart out. Look at this.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second.
Damn it. Come on. Now, where other live podcasts are you going to get a live view of Buc-ee's, huh? You're only going to get it right here. I'm going to read Jim Melvin's comment here. He says, what's your latest take on FSU? A lot of people are saying they're a year or more away. My take is you only get so many opportunities regardless, and this year is a golden opportunity. Yeah. Oh, Florida State's legit, dude. They are a very good team. Again, Jordan Travis is, I think he should get some consideration for the Heisman. That's just my opinion. Jared Verse is probably one of the best defensive ends that's going to be in the draft next year. This is going to be now or never. Johnny Wilson, great wide receiver. I mean, they definitely got a team. Trey and all those guys, great running backs. This team, and oh look, there he is. Speaking of Bucky, oh, we're in the bathroom. Are you serious?
Oh, they have fudge.
Dude,
Might
did
have
you
to
just?
tap into that.
Yeah, are you gonna tap into some fudge? He's
Here you go.
talking about food, people, not. Oh, look at that! Ooh, look at that! Oh, hello, dessert.
Don't know what I want. I'm like hit the pulled pork again. This shit was so good.
Oh crap!
It's like crap, man.
Hey, dude, I just want to see what kind of brownie you're gonna get, dude. If you're gonna get
Just look at it,
dessert,
man.
woo, the pulled
Yeah, I'm
pork.
getting one. I don't care. Shit's so fucking
Oh
good.
my god, dude! I'm so jealous right now. There's Bucky's drink. You gotta wash that pulled pork sandwich down.
Love how they have their own brand and stuff. They have black cherry soda. What's that taste? What the fuck?
Ooh, black cherry soda, nice. Should go good with that pulled pork. How's it taste? No. Oh, look at that face.
No dice, man. No dice.
No dice. Okay. Well, at least you tried it.
Yeah, never go for the brands. Never go for the brands. I thought it was like cherry soda. I was like, okay. I was like, bet. I'll get that. They had other plans.
Jim Melvin says the young can eat that stuff. Okay. Well, Alec is a 27-year-old, 28,
28.
28. Yeah, still young. You can eat that. Christopher Cole. Damn, that's a Walmart. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, Bucky's is like a freaking gas station on fucking steroids.
Yep.
So
as well
glad
be
it's empty. So glad it's empty in here. That's not as packed as the one in South Carolina. That shit was like a hellhole.
Dude. Everybody, thank Alec for the tour, by the way, of Bucky's. Thank him for the tour. This is awesome.
Yeah, just this today.
Mine's separate.
Yep.
And Alec was kind enough to pay for his stuff. He didn't just sneak out of the store like I would have thought he would. But
Thank you. You have a good one.
That's what happened.
we need a security guard to jump him. Yeah.
Well, here you go, Ben. It's right up your alley.
Oh, look at that. Don't you barbecue tease me. God. Oh, man.
They got the Teslas out today. Look at this. Look at the big old sign.
Oh, man. You're one lucky guy, man.
I never was the one to fall for a Bucky's hype until I was like, I drove past it. I think it was, last month. I was like, fuck it. I was like, I need gas. I was like, every always told me to go to Bucky's and try it out. So I was like, fuck it. Went last month. I was like, wow, now I see why people say this place is amazing.
Well, the hype is definitely real, isn't it, Mr. Schomburg?
Yeah, this one's like, it's like, I never been to the Daytona Beach location one though. Apparently they're building more. They're building one in Virginia. I'm not sure where. But then again, I never have to go back over there, so I don't gotta worry about it.
Yes, we all love Alec, Mr. Melvin. All love him. There it is.
Oh, yep, here it goes. There goes the Honda Racers.
Let's spill it. There we go.
Heck no. What else try that? I've seen a whole bunch of FSU fans of walls in there. Typical things you see at a Florida location.
You'd be nice if there's no Oregon crap on it.
Oh, I already said my piece yesterday. I said my piece.
Are they going to beat Washington tomorrow? No.
I'm not putting my hope in it. This is usually people can say it's being biased or whatever it is, but I just don't see it. Like this is usually where my team lets me down.
Okay. Well,
I mean, they could probably do it, but who knows, man? It's college football.
you never know, dude. You never know. Bo Nix, he can have a game, man. Bet the over, by the way. Anybody out there, Oregon, Washington, just bet the over. That's all you got to do. Bet the over.
I mean, with that,
45-42 type of game.
I low-key like the under, honestly.
Wow.
I just... Fucking Jesus, man. The guy wasn't even driving that fast. All that loud engine to not even go that fast is actually unreal.
Yeah. You may need a tune up there.
Yeah, but the way I see it, is like I definitely see it going under. Is like these two defenses, you can't put it past them. It'll probably be a slow start, but who knows? It could be a high-scoring game. I could probably be overthinking it, but I don't know.
See, man. Two great
It's
quarterbacks.
usually every time Oregon plays either A, Washington, B, Arizona State, or freaking Oregon State. This time of the year is usually where they start breaking my heart. So,
well, hopefully they don't do that tomorrow, man. Hopefully they keep on track. And good luck to you tomorrow. That should be a fun game. That's 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, 12:30 Pacific. ABC.
yeah, my freaking friend jinxed that game for me, all because of what I said last weekend. Because he was talking a lot of about his because I think it was like he's a Mizzou fan, and I told him I was like, I don't see Missouri winning, and he was like, oh, you know football. I was like, I know that your Missouri Tigers are fraudulent, and they always will be fraudulent. He's like, oh, we have Brady Cook. I was like, Brady Cook is not a good quarterback. Like you guys can say he has this stats, that stats, but look who he played. I was like, I ran through the whole schedule. I was like, look who they played. The only team that they played that was actually like anywhere close to being relevant was Memphis. And look how that ended up being.
Yeah.
They played Vandy, barely beat Vandy. Like if you can't blow out Vandy, you're not a good team. Respectfully, you're not a good team.
Right.
And they played LSU, thinking it was going to be easy. I'm like, that's one thing you don't doubt is Jaden Daniels. That man's just different. And then if he wakes up, the defense wakes up. That's the crazy part about all of it. The team is just really, honestly weird. Like it's like if Jaden Daniels has a bad game, the defense has a bad day. If the defense has a good game, Daniels has a good game. It's just so consistent and so weird on how it works.
Yeah.
But like he was just like he got so mad because I said how Missouri fraudulent, and then after like once they lost, he's like, you know what? Like I guess like on Monday, he called me. He was like, yeah, Oregon's winning by a blowout. I was like, don't jinx my team, man. I was like, keep my name out, shout him out. I was like, unlike your team, my team's actually went to the college football playoffs. Your team hasn't even sniffed. I was like, y'all haven't been relevant since Michael Sam. Honestly, have not been.
Oh wow.
Y'all have not been relevant since then. I'm
Man,
like, yo, not.
You just hate Missouri, don't you?
No, I don't hate Missouri because I'm a Cardinals fan. So it's like I'm support my baseball team, but it's like Missouri Tigers. They're just not that like good. Yeah. Like they'll give you wins every year. It says
Jim Melvin says, speaking of scary movies, I feel like I'm watching the Blair Witch Project. Ooh.
Oh, this is the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, there you go.
Uh-oh. This area, do you feel like it is? I'm about to go see
I got to binge watch a lot of movies this week. Like
Uh-huh.
I got Saw and all that this week.
Yeah.
I definitely gotta go see all that.
Andrew Faubert, thanks for tuning in. What's up, Andrew? How you doing tonight? Man, good to see you. Good to hear from you. Can't wait.
I'm gonna be drunk as fuck on Sunday. I know that for a fact.
Andrew, I didn't know if you had a show tonight, but hopefully when you get back on, I'm definitely going to be watching. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Thank you for tuning in. Man, so now you're on the road, Alec. Are you driving to your destination? Or?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, bud, I'm going to let you go, man, but I want to thank you for the outstanding footage tonight of Bucky's.
Oh, no problem. I'm about to be blasted on Sunday.
Oh, man, I cannot wait for the game. So, Mr. Somber.
If anybody's watching,
yeah,
show up to, if you're going to the Bucks game on Sunday, make sure you go to the tailgate. Don't be that person that goes to the game and gets there when the game starts. Like, if you go to like the What the Buck or like the Leatherheads, it's always a good time with them. That's like, I've known them for about a good 3 years now. And like the price you pay for their tailgate, like, I mean, yeah, there's tailgates that they have it, like, but like their tailgate itself, like their money that they put towards it, it's not like for themselves. It goes to like a charity each week. So whatever you pay for the wristband is going to a charity. So people can say like, oh, yeah, like, I'm still paying money for a tailgate. I'm like, yeah, but it's going to a cause. But it's always a good time with them. I'll be definitely there on Sunday at 12, all the way until the game starts. I'll probably go into the stadium early, since I'm sitting lower bowl. I can probably get autographs now instead of waiting till the last minute and try to run down there. So definitely gonna be drunk. I know that for a fact because it's the wristband comes with all you can drink and eat. So I'm probably gonna be blasted by 3 o'clock.
Well, there's nothing better than a blasted and drunk Alex Schomburg, man. I cannot wait.
Oh, I might lose my voice. I might lose my voice.
All right. Alec, man, drive safe, and we will see you next time, man. Thank you for coming on.
No problem, man. Anytime.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Schomburg, good friend of ours. He showed us Bucky's, gave us a grand tour. Dude, like I said, live podcast, anything can happen on this show. You got to see a tour of Bucky's. Alex Schomburg going to the Bucks game. You heard him right there. He's going to join the, What the Buck tailgate. I heard that's a great tailgate. They do a great job over there. So, yeah, if you're going to the game, man, check him out. Say hi to Alec, and get his autograph if you want. So, oh man, and yes, Jim. Hopefully, he does stay away from Dark Forest. And Alec is always interesting. Yes, he is. He is always interesting, but he's a cool guy. Loves his Bucks. He serves our country, so we always thank him for his service. So yeah, he is a very interesting guy for sure. Man, so I don't know how we can top that. I don't know what else I can say. I mean, Alec was the star of the show tonight. And that's fine. Christopher Cole says that gas station is just like the station down by me. Yeah, nice. It is really nice, Christopher. I mean, dude, I'm jealous. We don't even have a Buc-ee's out here in Las Vegas. They need to build one. We are getting a Bojangles out here. That's a fried chicken place that's very famous in the South. So, we get a Bojangles. Yes, but and Andrew Fulber says, "Don't forget rude." Is it rude or is it just Alec manners? Is it just Schomburg manners? I don't know. But he is a very cool guy. We put up with him as best we can. And what's a Bojangles? A Bojangles, Andrew, is a fried chicken place. Think of Popeyes, KFC. That's what it is. It's originated in the South. I think they came originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. So anyway, they're adding franchises out here to Las Vegas. So I don't know when they're going to open, but they're supposed to be, I think, over 20 locations out here. So Bojangles really thinks that Las Vegas is a good spot to have it. So we'll see. I've never had them, but when they open, I'll let you know. Give it a try. So, yeah. Andrew, I'm still waiting for Tim Hortons to come out here to Vegas. You know, I mean, we've got a Pink Box, we got Dunkin', but no Tim Hortons. So, yeah. Alex says Bojangles is gas. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. The Burberry biscuits is amazing. Okay. Now I heard they did have good biscuits though. Bojangles. I've heard that from a lot of people. So the biscuits are their best sellers. So I'll try it when they come out here. Maybe I'll do a video like Alec. I'll show you Bojangles once they open up. Jim, do you ever get really, really bummed when one of your favorite teams lose, or do you take it in stride as in it's just all for fun? Well, Jim, look, I will admit when I was younger, I would take it very seriously, be upset, angry, but I've grown up the last decade, and it's just a game, but you still love your teams, but you just get used to it, especially if you have a team like, say, my Dodgers. They won the 2020 World Series, although it was a year where it was, you had to play in a bubble, everything like that. Yes, it was still a championship, but it didn't feel right. So we really hadn't actually won it since '88, but, you just live through it, It is what it is. You hopefully one day they can break through, win a World Series. I'm not saying the 2020 World Series is not legitimate. It's just that it's just a different year than most. The pandemic, you had to change everything. But yeah, but as far as, disappointments and everything, yeah, it can be disappointing to lose, but you just move on. You move forward, I don't let it get it down like I used to. I don't let it get me down like I used to, I should say. So, it is what it is. You get frustrated, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, whatever, It is what it is. You move forward. Let's see. Andrew, throw it outside the spear. Yeah, I will get down there soon. The F1, by the way, Andrew, is finishing up. It's right by this. You're going to be racing through it near the spear. So I would say maybe in the next few months, I'm gonna do I'll do a video, because I do YouTube videos as well. I'll cruise around Las Vegas. I'll definitely go by the spear and do a video on that. So I do want to go there. For a tour, I think it's like $50. So probably after the holidays, I'll look into that. Because we've got the holidays coming up. We got my niece and nephew's birthdays, so Christmas. So money's going to be a little tight. So probably like after the holidays, I'll start doing some stuff like that. Go to the spear, definitely provide some video of the strip too, because I don't normally go downtown. I drive through there, but I do have to. It is nice to go downtown once in a while, see everything, because it seems like every year something new is being built. So yeah, I'll definitely check that out for you. The spear. And Andrew says you don't want that. Lots of laugh. Tim Hortons is ass. Well, Andrew, as somebody that's never tried Tim Hortons, I'm gonna have to try it for myself. If you say it's ass, then if I try it and it is ass, then God bless you. You're right. But we'll see. Like I said, we're getting a Bojangles out here. We're getting We got more White Castles coming, which I love. Tired of eating those White Castles out of the grocery store freezers. Yuck. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. And Andrew says, just fly up here for a weekend. Lots of laugh, direct flight. Yeah, I do. I gotta get down to Canada, or up to Canada. I'm down here in Vegas. That means they're up north. I gotta get up there. Maybe one day, hopefully. I think you're in Edmonton, Andrew, if I'm not mistaken. So, by the way, beautiful city. Seen pictures of it, videos. Alberta in general looks really nice because you're in the Rocky Mountains. So yeah, I know Vancouver's beautiful, Toronto. Kind of after Alberta, you go into Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec. I think from like Saskatchewan to like Ontario, it's all like prairies, right? If I'm not mistaken, it might be prairies, yeah. But yeah, I definitely got to visit one day. Would love to do that. Love to see you guys, you, Alex, man, Kyle. Be nice to meet all you guys, and can welcome this American up north. So Alberta and Saskatchewan. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, definitely gonna have to make plans for that one of these days. Yeah, I got to do that. I got to start traveling some more. I just got a lot of work going on, a lot of stuff, personal stuff going on. So that's kind of kept me, I don't want to say isolated, but life is life. So, I'll definitely have to start hitting the road again. Link. Oh, okay. We could do that. I'll send you a link, Andrew. Hold on one sec. Yeah, let's bring you in, Andrew. Love to hear from you, bro. I'll send you a link right now. Let me see. All right. Okay. Andrew, I sent you the link. Let's see if you want to come on for a sec. Jim Melvin says, great show per usual. It's been a pleasure. Well, thank you, Jim. I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you commenting. Always good to hear from you. Some great insights on the bugs. Just anything you like, anything you say, Jim's very thoughtful. Appreciate that. Love having you in the comment section, man. So have a good night, though, Jim. Take care. All right. Well, I sent Andrew a link. Hopefully he'll come on for a minute. So we're going to go from, well, if he comes on here, we're going to go from Florida all the way to Canada. And speaking of our Canadian friend, here he is. Andrew. You here, bud? Oh, he's got his mic off.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, look who it is.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, Andrew? Thanks for tuning in, man. Coming
Not
on.
a problem. How have you been?
Been good. Busy, but good,
I hear that.
Yes, that is life, How is life up north, Mr. Faubert?
It's good. It's Friday. Yeah, you know what I'm doing on this. I just figured I'd get one in before
You have
we
to.
start talking.
You have to.
No, it's good. It's good. It's Friday. I got the weekend off.
Nice.
Off a little bit early today, but still later than most people because I got to drive an hour to get home because traffic sucks. But it is what it is.
In Edmonton, really? Traffic.
I
sucks?
mean, the part that I got to drive, is absolutely ridiculous.
Gotcha. I would figure it's just all prairies, dude. I mean, you have all that space. Like,
You would think,
right?
but they don't have enough road. Like the one side, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, essentially, let's see if I can do this properly too. Let's see. Essentially, yeah, I got my marker. So we got a whiteboard. So Edmonton is essentially like.
Ooh.
There we go. And then there's another one like outside of it, kind of thing. And then so I live, say, like over here, and I take the highway into here, and then to over here. But when I used to work down here, it was a lot faster because it was like 3 or 4 lanes all the way up this way. That's the way I took before. This only has 2 lanes.
Okay.
And then at 5 o'clock, everybody decides to just merge out of these to get onto this to just go to here. And I'm like, you guys are so dumb. It makes no sense to me. Like, why can't everyone just do the zipper properly? It makes no sense.
I don't know, Andrew. I mean, maybe they just know who you are and they said, you know what? Screw this guy. We're going to make his life miserable.
There is, I'm not going to lie, it is funny because I do have a couple Buccaneers like stickers on my car. And there has been a few times where driving, I can see like a Chiefs logo. And if they're in the right lane, I make it a purpose to pass them and point at my logo just in case.
No, you got to do this. This is what you got to do.
Oh, believe me. Oh, believe me.
That's what you have to do. The Winfield. You got to do that.
The one guy I passed and I was pointing at my logo. I could just see his head go back and he's laughing his ass off. And I'm like, that's the point of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, if I did that and there's I'd probably get one of these. That's what I. It's Vegas.
You're in Raider Nation. See, at least.
Don't remind me.
I mean, around me when it comes to football, it's just like this melting pot. There is way too many different fans of different teams around here, which is nice. Like, there's not one basic fan base. There's a lot of Seahawk and Packer fans around here, though. It's just gross.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, Seattle's kind of close by, in a way, a couple states down. Packers, well, if you really think about it, kind of close enough. You got, are you below? I think you're below like Montana, right? If I'm not
above Montana, but yeah,
above Montana. Yes, above
Montana. Above Montana, directly above Montana. So I even looked at going to Grizzlies, Boulder Grizzlies? I think it's what they are for NCAA. I looked at going to one of their games because it was actually kind of cheap. And then I was like, shit, I have to get my passport. But yeah, we're right there. And yeah.
Nice. Montana Grizzlies.
Montana Grizzlies?
Missoula? I think it's Missoula, Montana. I think they're.
It's Missoula or Boulder. There's 3. Yeah, there's 3 teams there, but like they're not SEC or anything crazy. That's the reason I wanted to go. I was like, this is nice, cheap tickets. Just go and watch one of these games in the States. It'd be crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. They're fun. Like, trust me. I mean, of course, the SEC schools are always going to be. It's a spectacle, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah.
But still, I mean, football game's a football game.
Football game.
Yeah, definitely. So
unless it's CFL.
Let's talk about the weekend, man. This is a big game. We're playing Detroit. Creamsicle. Big game at home. Both teams are white hot right now.
Yep.
Afternoon game of the week. They bumped us to the afternoon because we know this is going to be a big game.
Yep.
Who do you like in this game and why? Oh.
It sucks because like I am Like, I'm always on the Buccaneers hype train. Like, I'm not saying that I was like everyone's, again, Alpha Bears against the Buccaneers and stuff. I'm not against the Buccaneers. I always will love my Buccaneers. Management and ownership and decisions that they make is what will tick me off about, where I invest my money for, say, 5 or 6 years. But that's neither here or there. They have a good team, and they have a good enough team where we can probably slow down the Lions. But the problem is that the Lions are getting back Jameson Williams. The Lions are only going to be down one. The Porta, if he is out, is going to suck. But Gibbs is officially out.
Yeah, he's out.
And Gibbs was the one that scared me because Detroit has a really good run defense. I think it's like number 2 or whatever in the league. And the Bucs aren't going to be able to run with Rachaad White. On the other side is the Buccaneers also have a really good run defense. We've always had a really good run defense. But we also allow games where, like, I believe it was Myles Gaskins one time broke off for a game on our defense. Khalil Herbert has broken off to have a game on our defense. And those guys have that shift ability. They're not down bell cow or pass catchers like what Rachaad White is and stuff. They're just more of those shifty, elusive guys. And that seems to be the heel of the run defense for the Bucs. And Gibbs being out is good for that because now all we have to deal with is Montgomery. And Montgomery is one who has also had a game against the Buccaneers. So
the load. So, and I think Detroit, a lot of times, they're a little conservative. They like to run the ball a little too much. Now, I think that's designed because of Jared Goff. They don't want to put him in situations where he has to make too many plays. That's one of the reasons why Jared Goff has done so well. He hasn't had to, control the game, put the game in his hands. So, and a great offensive line. And that's the other thing. It's going to be tough to get, to Jared Goff. That line is very good.
Everybody, even if I'm not mistaken, even Alex in the offseason was like, the offense, and I'm like, I gotta stop. There's too much gaslighting that happens in the offseason by all these fans of these teams and stuff. And they're like, no, look here, don't look here. Look here, look here. That's why everybody who's bet on the Steelers has lost money. Because we all listened to the hype in the offseason, didn't we? And so with that, they have in my opinion, they have the offensive line. Ours is good. Don't get me wrong. And right. And if Wirfs continues this for the entire season, it's literally going to put a brand new perspective in GM's pockets where they're like, okay, we need to go to the draft and we need to find guys who have played at multiple positions throughout their career and succeeded at it. That's why I've been pounding the table that Cooper Beebe from Kansas State is going to be a first round projected tackle, out of nowhere, and because he's the next Peter Skronsky. You could all of a sudden your center's out, put him in for a little bit. Your right tackle goes down for a while, put him in for a little bit. Where's his home going to be? Left guard, but you can move him to left tackle if you want to. That's going to be the new thing, and they have one too on Detroit. Everyone forgets what does Detroit offensive line have besides good to just about to be great guys? They have Penny freaking Sewell.
Oh, Sue's awesome, dude. I knew the day they drafted he was going to be a future Hall of Fame. I mean, this guy just has it, dude. He's nasty. Uh-huh. And I'm glad that he's on a team now where it's so much better. I even during the bad years, I think it's his 4th year or something in the league, he still plays well. He plays hard. You don't see him take a day off. He just has to stay healthy. That's the key. He's had some injuries, but, now he's on a team that's motivated. Dan Campbell's turned that franchise around. Man, it's going to be tough for our defense. But again, it's going to come down to who makes plays on defense. Also, time of positioning. Yep. Very important. Now, one loss to the Eagles. The Eagles had, I think, 15, 16 minutes extra possession time. We can't have that. We got to get off to a great start. I think if we can get off to have the lead early on and let our defense cook, I think we can win this game. I really do. But if Detroit gets off to a good start, I think it's going to be tough only because their offensive line's not going to get Goff sacked. And, we're going to have to probably play more zone than I like. We play zone enough anyway, but, I feel like this is going to be a game of who can control the clock.
Yes. Because we don't play, in my opinion, we don't play very good. We're trying to come back from behind football. We play very good. We possess the ball. We're the leaders. We have the points, kind of thing. And we're not going to be able to just achieve that with the Lions. This is not the same old Lions as before. Their defense is real. And the X factor on it too. Because I know that they're still respectively, and I say that like nicely, but they're respectively still thinned out at the cornerback position when it comes to being banged up and stuff. But Brian Branch has the potential to just absolutely go off. Absolutely. Like Baker Mayfield is not going to put the ball in dumb places. But what we saw in the Bears game, we saw Brisker basically drop one that Baker could have given to him in the first, 2 drives. And Brian Branch is going to put himself in a way better position there. And I'm not, predicting Baker's going to throw it to him. But I think that if we're playing from behind, it's almost inevitable that Brian Branch is going to sniff that ball out from Baker.
Well, and that's the thing, Andrew. You said it best. That's where Baker makes the mistakes, is when we're playing for me and he has to force the ball up. We can't have him do that. And fortunately, so far, we haven't really played from behind. So that's the good news, except the Eagles game. We were behind early. Baker had the interception.
Good team.
Good team, though.
That's the other thing, team. That's the other thing, too, is the good teams that we've played, which is or the great teams that we've played, essentially, is just the Eagles. This is the next test. If we lose by 7 to 10 points, that's not going to be good for the media going forward with the Buccaneers, because that's an easy, you're 0-2 and not very good against the spread, against competition that is going to the playoffs. You're sneaking your wins and looking respectable by beating bad teams. But I don't think that I've put that narrative out there too. I ain't going to run away from it. But I do think that we're better than that. And stealing a win against the Lions is basically like needed to show everybody that we're better than that.
Absolutely. And again, one of the reasons why I did pick the Bucs as well, Andrew, is because, I know Bryce Young's a mobile quarterback, but he's a rookie. Geno Smith, more in the pocket. Patrick Mahomes, when he has to run, he will, but he likes to be in the pocket. So they're kind of really facing their first true mobile, out of the pocket type quarterback in Baker Mayfield. So it's going to give the Lions defense different looks. So that's why I'm a little more confident in this game, because they haven't played that kind of Baker Mayfield type of quarterback yet. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to win. I'm just saying, I get that gives us a little bit of an advantage. With Goff, he's more of a pocket passer. So, we're very good inside, with Vita Vea. And I'm hoping now with Kancey, it's a big game for him. He's going right into the fire here. His very first game. This is going to be against the Lions.
Yep.
So, but we need JTS, Shaq Barrett. We need these guys to really put the pressure on, make Jared Goff, maybe not sack him, but how many pressures we can get on him, kind of tire that offensive line a little bit. If we can do that and stop Montgomery, and our offense does enough, we're going to get the win here. Detroit's favored by 3. That's not much.
It right now.
That tells you this is going to be this could go either way. So to be honest, that's just me.
No, I haven't even looked at the line at that, because I've made my bets for the weekend already. I was like, I'm just getting ahead of it because I'm also going to be very busy. But the Kancey's going to be going up against isn't it like Reg now? Because he's not going up against Sewell. That'll be
Hainsey.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, he's going to. He's not getting a good.
JTS. I'm sorry. I'm thinking offensive line. JTS.
And then Shaq Barrett. I'm trying to think too. Isn't it the Giants that is just ridiculously blitzing like 42% of their plays or something like that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also in a weird way. That's what we need to do as well. If we're Jared Goff plays good when he finally gets his footing and he can run and he can run the offense. If they're gonna run, sure, let Montgomery get the 3 to 4 yards every single play, and you can play in the Todd Bowles' hands like that because eventually we're gonna get a stop or two. And if you want to play the analytics game like that, sure. I'll give the Lions that all game because then I can trust Baker and our offense to go put up 21, 24 points. I can see that. I don't think they're going to play that game, though. I think they're going to want to pass, and I think they're going to want to pass like early. So in my opinion, blitz. First down, blitz. Second down, see what they're doing. Third down, blitz. Because if you give Goff the opportunity to get in rhythm, you might, and he gets ahead 14 points right off the bat with that the way that they are. I'm not saying we're dead because we still always will have a chance. That does not look promising though. That then all of a sudden, if they do make a comeback, if the Buccaneers were to tie it or get within 3, they still have their confidence in the offense to go back out there and get more points. So I just blitz them, blitz first down and third down. Or do second and third. Who can do first and second, and then assess third. I don't care, but just blitz them. Just blitz them.
No, that's not a bad idea. I think it is a pretty good idea. You want to set the tone early. At the same time, I still think Detroit's going to start with the run and then the pass. They're going to set up their offense. So very important that we can't get out of position too much. Because like you said, Montgomery's a good runner, man. He's shifty, and this is where JTS has to maintain his balance. He cannot over pursue here. A lot of times, and again, he's going to go up against Sewell. So
Devin White too, because we've seen before where Devin White just being on the zone or the quarterback spy. Or even that just that end zone or that inside spy, him going up a couple yards and allowing that inside receiver or running back to get that edge is usually what kills us on the third downs for some of these longer drives. And I've seen that on tape too. That is something that the Lions have utilized against other people. So if the Buccaneers start doing things where we actually can stop them, but if they can put Devin White on an island and they can take advantage of him, that's where they have the defense. But Devin White is played way too good, and you don't have Gibbs where Devin White just needs a quarter and a half to assess the running back that he is essentially watching in that, or the tight end that you're sending out. And if you don't have Sam Laporta or Sam Laporta is injured, a couple shots from Devin White and you're going to be slow as all hell.
Yeah, no, those are great points, Andrew. Like you said, Devin White, man, he's playing better so far. He's definitely saying, hey, I want to, I want that contract. So yeah, these are great points, man. Okay, there he is.
Oh, I'm still here. I was just grabbing some water.
Yeah, no, all good, man. All good. There he is.
Back
in the office. You're back in the lab. Look at that.
I am in the lab. Yeah, I've been cooking. I was like, oh shit! I gotta make sure that I don't want things to get out. I'm working on things, and I don't need things getting out. That's why I didn't do a show either tonight. I was working on things in my phone and making sure that I write things down.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. It's guidance, man. You gotta when you have inspiration, you need to go. You need to do it.
Yeah. Dude, I'm inspired. I'm really inspired by you, man. I like it.
Me? Oh, thank you. I'm inspired to go to Vegas because of you. I was like, there's no reason to go to Vegas unless I actually knew people and hang out. And I was just like, oh, okay, direct flight to Vegas. Kim wants to go to Vegas. Okay, that's cool. Ben's in Vegas. That makes sense. So we go down to Vegas and stuff. I can meet Ben and get that off. That works. I actually just found out today And I was like, oh, I'm gonna start planning this trip then. Now it's a lot easier. I could fly directly. I didn't know this because I'm not a flyer. Everybody knows this. Right, babe?
Nothing wrong with that.
We plan all of our trips driving because Daddy can't fly, right? So, I found out today. Actually, Kim's probably hearing this for the first time too. I found out today there's a direct flight from Edmonton, not to Tampa, sadly, which sucks, but very close by to Orlando.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Orlando is only like a 2-hour drive from Tampa from Orlando to Tampa. Like on that one, I looked at it on the maps and it's that one little strip and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And then I was like, okay, where would I, if I go to Tampa, where would I like stay at the hotel? I was like, obviously I'm staying on Ray's couch one night. Like I'm getting way too hammered at Ray's house or whatever in that pool. Doesn't matter. And then I'm just gonna go pass out on his couch or whatever. But I was like, okay, Fergs. Fergs is just a place that I don't know if you've ever like been to Fergs or anything like that. No, you haven't been there. So it's the one place that like, you know, me and you and a bunch of say other fans of some of the stuff that like Peter Blake has done. Fergs has been the place for a while. So I'm like, okay, well, Fergs is where the guys go and stuff like that. I'm like, I might as well just plan on having my hotel room either around there or Raymond James Stadium. And I'm like, how far away are they? And I'm like, okay, they're across the waterway. They're close, but they're across the waterway and there's a bridge. So I'm like, okay, I got to go in the middle of that. That's the perfect area. Just found it. Now I gotta find the right hotel because they all have very, very poor reviews around that area.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, why you're in Tampa? Why stay in a hotel? I mean, you know, you got the beach, you got the. I mean, dude,
you already know because that goes back to COVID when I was going down there. Because like when we knew we were going to the Super Bowl, yeah, it was just like fuck it, I'll fly down. I'll go like hang out at Ray or Peter's or whatever. And I'll literally go spend one of the nights at the beach. I don't care. Like, who's gonna stop me if we win the Super Bowl from sleeping on the beach? I mean, how many other people doing it? Like, come on. Right. And then yeah, COVID and Trudeau fucking ruined that for me. But whatever.
Fucking COVID, man. Fucking
so dumb.
I know, and it's I do remember. Can you believe it's been 3 years? Since we won a Super Bowl.
Not even that. Like, just think about it. Think about it. It was like, listen, Buccaneer fans, you can have a Super Bowl appearance. Not even just the win. Yeah, you can have the Super Bowl appearance in your own stadium. Then on top of that, we're gonna give you the win. Okay, but can't have nobody in the fucking stands. Can't have like basically nobody in the stands. You can't have basically anybody in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets to watch from home and cry in corners right over there by themselves because nobody can be with anybody.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but I just I do wish there was a way that like it could have happened the year after. You know what I mean? Like if we could have gotten a SoFi. I probably would have been gone. I probably would have just drove at that point. I would have been like, peace.
Well, next year we play the Chargers at SoFi. I'm thinking about that one.
Do we actually?
Yeah, we do. We play the AFC West. Now we play the Raiders, but it's in Tampa.
That makes that makes it. Okay, wait, hold on. Do you know what other teams we do play next year?
We play the Chiefs again. We play the Broncos.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know which ones are home by any chance? No way.
I believe, the Raiders are at home in Tampa.
And then the Chargers.
Then the Broncos are at Tampa. The Chargers are on the road. The Chiefs are on the road.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then we play, I believe it's the NFC East.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And I think we go to Philly and Washington.
And then Dallas and the Giants will come to us. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. That's how it if I saw it right. Yeah.
SoFi trip would be dope, actually.
Oh yeah, LA. Come on now. I mean, dude. I love
That's tempting. I just see Kim's head pop out of nowhere. I was like, "Oh, you want to go to LA?" She's shaking her head like, "No."
Well, I mean,
Not for a football game.
Just go to the stadium. You don't want to go to LA downtown. Well,
we would have to make sure that we're, first of all, part of the stadium that's not going to have rain all over us if it's one of those days.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Also, too, Kim knows this very well. I got really stoned one day, and I was like looking up stadiums, and I was just like, "Where did they put SoFi in the middle of the hood?" I was like, "No, they did not." So I go to Maps, and I looked it up, and I looked at some pictures. They literally just put a wall, like a big old fenced wall, on backyards of some of these like. You know what I mean? Areas. And then literally it's a parking lot and then SoFi Stadium. I'm like, what in the actual?
Right. Now, it's also, there's a shopping center there. And, in that stadium, also, it's in Inglewood. So it's next to the Forum where the Lakers used to play and stuff. And we're first new stadium, Intuit Stadium, I think, next year for the Clippers, moving into their new building. It looks like the Spirit, like what we have. Kind of like that. So, it's a very interesting area to say the least. So,
and like I say what you want. Like, say what you want. If you wanted to try and stop the crime or whatever, I guess doing things like that might help. Yes, maybe. It would be dope, actually. It would be dope to see Michael Penix Jr. in a Buccaneers jersey next year, slanging it in LA, though. That'd be dope.
Well, if Baker keeps playing well, then
we can't pay him though. Like we know that.
Well,
if he plays this good, we don't have the franchise on him, right?
No, true.
Which if we had the franchise on him, that would have been perfect. It would have been like perfect.
Yeah. So
hell yeah, we'll give you another year. Hell, we'll probably even give you another year after that if you played just as good. Yeah. But I think one of the other, like obviously the Stefanski stuff, like with the Deshaun Watson situation, I think a little bit more of the Stefanski thing is getting thrown out instead of the Baker Mayfield stuff. I think Baker just has a different attitude, which I never liked because of the situations that were going on in Cleveland and the stuff that was coming out. But at the same time too, you always got to look at it from both sides. Is does the head coach have good relations with the media? And if the head coach of some relevance wants to come to Cleveland and has any success, like beating the Steelers in the playoffs is essentially your Super Bowl. You know what I mean? You're given like another 15 years. Do whatever the hell you want. And that's what they did, is they gave Deshaun Watson money. Now I think it's starting to come out like it's not Baker. It's not necessarily Deshaun. It's KC it's Stefanski that's kind of, doing all that.
I look Stefanski. I don't know if you agree with this. I think he's a better version of Dirk Cutter. What do you think?
Ooh. First of all, we both hate. I don't know if you hate that name as much as I do.
The greatest 3-year interim coach we've ever had in the NFL. He's the longest interim coach we've ever had in NFL history.
It's so gross to know that man brought Jameis Winston in too. Like, anyway.
Well, that's the only reason we kept him.
I know.
Because of Jameis.
And and the funny thing is too is like there's like I still wish I brought this up on a show sometime before. Dave Damashek did those the what ifs or whatever of back in the day. Can you imagine if the Buccaneers did not trade the pick with the Bills and we took Josh Allen? Like, mind you, we could have really stunted his development, but like, you imagine if we didn't?
I mean, I don't know, but we could talk we don't have all night, but I'm just saying, like, the reason why we drafted Jameis, and this has always been my opinion, to please the Florida State fan base. It was to sell tickets. It wasn't to we thought this guy was going to be the next Steve McNair or anything like that. Throw whatever great quarterback name you want to throw out there. But look, he did his part. He was there 5 years.
Yep.
Played hard, but he just wasn't the answer.
No,
Then
not.
the greatest of all time came to us. Look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, now we got Baker. In a way, I like this team. It's different. It feels different. It feels like nobody's giving us a chance. And I like being in that position. Because
I do too.
Now, we still got a long way to go, Andrew. You're right. This is our 5th game. Anything can happen. But so far, I feel pretty good about this. I do too. Yes. We've not say stockpiled. Like we've kept our picks, you know what I mean? And we've done a really good job of out of nowhere for the last few years drafting dudes that were like, why do we need a Hawaiian dude from Washington at basically nose tackle? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Now it's like after Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett and a couple people like that, like Vita Vea starts getting into that competition of like very destructive forces on that front line. Absolutely. And listen, this is a Florida State guy you're talking to. I still would have picked Vita over Derwin James. We needed a defensive tackle. This isn't the college anymore. My bias is get the best player you can. We needed him more than Derwin.
Yep.
And I'm not saying Derwin's bad. He's played pretty well, but
I mean, it goes into like getting Antoine Winfield in the 2nd round. A lot of people were like, "Why are we wasting a 2nd rounder on a free safety kind of thing?" And it was like, well, Whitehead is going to want to be paid, and he's went to the Jets, and he got his money deservingly. So I still love Whitehead. Whitehead is awesome, but Winfield is almost like the commander of the back end. Like Winfield brought a whole new dimension to that defense as well. So that's why now I think that the Buccaneers and this management, if they want to keep this management, you want to keep Bowles and you want to say Canales, we're going to give you this offense and stuff like that. I'm not saying combine all the picks and trade them all up for a quarterback or anything like that. I'm just saying watch the board, watch how it falls. Like Patrick Mahomes was drafted 11th, 12th or whatever, and the Chiefs traded up. They were like at 19 or something like that. They're still a good team, and they brought him in. If we lose, because we'd either have to lose as of right now, unless ownership came in and did the whole payment thing again, but that's a whole different problems that we could have later on down the road. Like if you want to get into that, but if reality sets in, there's one player that we wouldn't be able to pay, and it's either Mike Evans or Baker Mayfield. And even if you want to get that deep to it, it could be Devin White, because Winfield ain't going nowhere.
You have to pay him.
Yeah, Winfield ain't
to it. I would pay for Winfield over Devin White. I'm sorry, I just would.
Thank you.
Consistency out of him. I don't get consistency out of it, even though so far Devin's done good.
Yes, he has.
He hasn't done good.
Yes, he has. And now I would still pay Devin. I would ask him to take almost a little bit of a hometown deal where it's like, let me fill your last year or your second last year with just a bunch of incentives, man. Make it so that 2026 or 2027, you have this breakout year kind of thing, you get paid kind of thing, so that if we did have to release you because you're going to be a 24 million, cap hit at the end of your contract or whatever, you still got what you would have been paid for anyway on some of that last year contract. Because I'm in the realm now, seeing the way that this NFL is going, I want Canales, if he's going to stay here, to develop a quarterback. I think he deserves that, in my personal opinion. But also at the same time too, go get another running back. Go get one more. There's 8 names in this draft that they can possibly get. Excluding a couple here and there and stuff like that. But there is 8 dudes. There is like 3 pass catching backs. There are 3 bricks, and there's 2 elusive dudes. And if you want to go the route that you're going to pay and keep Rachaad White, go get one of these other pass catching backs and just let him be the damn bell cow. And that's all. That's it. So
Yeah, and Andrew, I think right now we're not really seeing the run game work for us so far. Now, if it keeps continuing to be that way, we're really going to have to consider drafting a running back. We're going to have to, because we can't. This offense really, Canales' offense has a lot of running in it. You know, what it did last year. You had, you know, Kenneth Walker the third. You had DJ Dallas there. I mean, you had a bunch of these running backs that did a great job in that offensive scheme. So right now we've yet to see a big game out of Rachaad White. We've yet to see any development out of Sean Tucker. You know, now Chase Edmonds is injured. We get that. You know, he's out right now. Keyshawn Vaughn. I mean, we're waiting for him to do something. Yeah, and I don't think he'll be back next year. But so yeah, like you're saying, there's 8 running backs potentially in the draft easily that could fall into our wherever spot we're picking. If we struggle this year, then yeah, I definitely think we have to consider it, because
even if we don't, even if we're like a playoff team and stuff, it's almost like if you want to keep Baker at, say, a discount, like if Baker says, I would take this in order to bring back Evans, kind of thing. If you guys just allowed Canales to just go and explore, like go into the draft and get him a weapon for the offense, kind of thing. Or if you're going to draft a quarterback, kind of thing, I'll do and talking as Baker here still, do the Blake Bortles contract, make it a 3-year contract. Your first and second year are just like front loaded, kind of thing, but it's got a lot of incentives, so the cap hit isn't as bad as you would necessarily think. And then that third year, the Buccaneers have an easy way out. You still get your cash, kind of thing, and you can go get a brand new deal somewhere else if you wanted to. We can trade up in the first round if you wanted a quarterback. If you don't go that route and you just get the best player available, you can still go into the second round and grab Raheem Sanders if you wanted to from Arkansas. You could still go in and look at Blake Corum if you wanted to from Michigan. I'm pretty sure that would, tick off a few of the Wolverine fans, but there's a few of these guys. I would be even okay with Frank Gore's kid, to be honest with you, at this point. Like, get Gore on a jersey and tell me if that wouldn't sell.
No, you're right. I mean, and Andrew, by the way, running backs, they're just a dime a dozen these days because they're not being paid like they should, I think, especially the Josh Jacobs of the world, even though he's struggling right now with the Raiders. So yeah, they're replaceable is what I'm saying. So yeah, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. I hope this game, Andrew, our running game can finally show something. I don't want Baker, as much as I like, Baker, his style of play that fits this offense. I don't want him to be the leading rusher for our team. That tells us we don't have a good run game at all. If we have to rely on Baker's his feet,
Like if we have to give Rachaad White the ball 27 times a game and he's only getting 79 yards, say out of that, that's not good.
No, you're not moving the chains. That's the thing, and I know Rachaad White's had a couple of nice runs.
Yeah.
I need more than that. I need about 4 yards to carry, especially first down. I think that's what's kind of killed us offensively is our first downs. When we run the ball, we're only getting like 2 or 3 yards at a time. So it's forcing us to, when that playbook shrinks, when you're second long, when you're second and more than 5. In this game, Andrew, we really need those first downs. We need it to be 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. That way you can open up that RPO, the play action. You can do so many different things here. And that's the only thing that's really kind of hurt our offense so far is we're not getting enough first down, 4 or 5 yards first down.
Like that momentum and stuff. Because the other side of it too is when the run game got established against Minnesota and then Chicago in the first and second game there, the back middle of the field, it just becomes way more open, and that's where you saw Mike Evans, get these, amazing yaks after the carry or after the catch, and these down the middle posts and stuff like that. Like the game becomes a lot easier for the stars like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans when you can establish a run. The problem is you have to be able to do it without just one person, because Rachaad's going to get tired. And we saw it with Lenny. We saw what happens when you give Lenny 27 carries and he only gets like 39 yards. And that's embarrassing. That's not nice at all. We're just like, okay, go out there and do it again. Like, I got a yard. What do you want me to do that again? Like, what are we doing here?
Right. Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, a yard, really? Like,
Yep.
and that's why
Len-
it's devastating because our offense had to throw on first down.
Yep.
And well, Byron Leftwich must have not hurt us. But yeah, go ahead, Andrew. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, I still use the Damon Pierce example as the guy from Florida. The home bias of me being a Gators fan, but I was like, this was the running back that I was like, he's falling on all these draft boards. I was like, we can literally steal him in the third round. And then I was like, and then we have a double-headed monster. I was like, literally, Rashad can go be the pass-catching third down back, scat back, come in for 2 downs, and then go sit down for a couple. And Damon Pierce comes in and stuff. And he fell to the flipping fourth, almost the end of the fourth. And it was like, why are we letting the Texans get him, man? And that's what I mean now. It's like some of these guys are going to fall. Like the Will Shipley dude, which I think is going to be the not the next Christian McCaffrey, but I think he's going to be close to it. And he's a white running back too, so it's kind of funny. But I think he's going to fall. I think I'm trying to think of, like Travion Henderson from Ohio State. I've always liked him. I would love if he's available in the third round. He would be amazing. But we've filled those other positions, I think, enough, like with the Cameron Hall draft picks, and we're grabbing corners in the late round. We get Isbian and stuff like that come out of nowhere. Like those are good picks.
Yeah.
But I think we have enough of those in house now where you can spend one draft on just utility players and go make this offense just fun, or go have another quarterback sitting there waiting as like a project where everybody's like, okay, I'll be patient again. I will pay your money, you damn Buccaneer ownership again, and I will wait, and I will see what happens with this new rookie.
Yep, there you go. And I'm waiting for Damian Pierce to do something with the Texans. He hasn't had that breakout game yet. I thought he would last week, but now he's got to go up against the Saints defense, which is pretty good. That's going to be tough, but I do pick the Texans this week. I think they're going to beat the Saints.
I got the Saints.
Okay.
I got the Saints.
Okay.
I have my parlay this week, if I'm not mistaken, was 49ers money line, Ravens money line, and Saints money line all together. And that's like my one parlay of the weekend. Because I think Baltimore, like the hype around it is too much, where I was like, the money, I can't put enough money on that game because I think they're going to win. But San Fran too, like, I understand. I was listening to the Pat McAfee show today, and I know Kyle Shanahan's 1-9 against Jim Schwartz's defenses, but I don't know how many of those games have accounted the third string quarterback coming in. So yes. I'm still going to go with the 49ers.
Oh, yeah. And, I said this last night. I feel like this is one of those games where the 49ers, they're going to win. They're going to cover. Mm-hmm. But the first half, they might be a little on that high. And Cleveland might surprise them a little bit. Like, let's say Cleveland's up 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. They make it more of a game than it actually is, but I expect the Niners to pull away. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be one of those games where it stays close for a while, but then in the end, the Niners will make more plays. And like you said, Dorian Thompson, whatever his name, is starting over Watson.
No, it's Dorian or whatever is technically the backup or whatever. It's PJ Walker.
Oh, PJ's starting. Oh.
Yeah, PJ's starting now.
Okay. Ooh. Well, then, I don't know. I just feel like the Niners are going to go in there at the start of the game. Going to be a little bit slow. I think Cleveland's going to set the tempo up, but
their defense is so good.
It is.
Like,
it is.
there's three defenses in my opinion right now that are getting love. But if you took Patrick, Josh, and Joe, and you put them, and you can jumble up like wherever you want to put them, and you put them on the Jets, the Browns, and the Colts, those three teams, nobody's touching. Because those defenses are absolute. It absolutely sucks that Aaron Rodgers got injured, because that Jets defense and Quinnen Williams and the pressure that they've been putting, and your boy from Florida State too, Johnson there,
Johnson, yeah.
they are, oh my goodness gracious.
God, how many times was Donovan Smith holding the fuck out of Jermaine Johnson and not getting the calls?
Yep.
Come on.
And then it's funny. I read there was a Jets tweet, and it was so smartly done. It was just like think about the offseason, having the first round pick, right? And the guy was just like, even if it's middle of the round, they're like, think about what we could possibly do with those picks. And then he listed off just like some of the defenders that are available at like say 18, and then some of the defenders that are available like in the second round. And I'm like, fuck that. Like, the Jets should not be allowed to draft defense next year to add to that. I'm like, can you imagine if they got Barrett Carter from Clemson to be down as their next dude with CJ Mosley? F that. And then go to the second round, and you could steal an edge rusher like Jack Sawyer or JT Tuamola, whatever you want to call it, from Ohio State. Exactly. That is ridiculous.
Yes. And the Jets, again, defense will keep them in games. It's just Zach Wilson. That's the common denominator. And
poor bastard.
I know. And here's the thing, man. In that game against the Eagles Sunday, I think it's going to be closer than people think. Philly's going to edge it out, but I think it's closer than people think. I really do.
I think is it Jets versus Eagles, right?
Yep. It's in New York.
Yeah, and they got one of their guys from the offensive line that's injured again too. And I just Gabe Davis, or not Gabe Davis, it's Baby Davis there, or whatever his name is, from Georgia, and Jalen Carter. They're gonna have a heyday with that offensive line. Poor Zach Wilson. Poor Zach Wilson.
Yeah, they better explore Kirk Cousins, see what he's up to right now. See what Minnesota.
You think Kirk Cousins would accept a trade to that offensive line right now? He'd probably be like, "Nah, dude, I'm gonna wait till you go draft an offensive line or something like that. Like, I ain't coming there."
I think he stays put. People are saying he's going to get traded there. I think he stays put this year.
I do too. I don't see trading for a quarterback when he's got to learn a brand new system unless he's literally going to a system that he would already know. And the only other system I think that he already technically would know is Kyle Shanahan's. And I don't think they need a fourth quarterback.
No, but they do have injury history with their quarterbacks the last few years that's prevented them from winning that Lombardi trophy. So, but not this year. I don't see it. So.
Yeah, they can't. You're not allowed to have Kirk Cousins and Phillip Rivers on your practice squad going into the playoffs, just in case something happens to Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold. Like, you're not allowed.
No.
You can go get Josh Rosen and try that experiment.
Your favorite quarterback, right?
I actually like Josh Rosen more than I like Jameis Winston. You can't put on the Saints jersey after. I don't care what the organization did to you. You can go put on the Falcons jersey or the Panthers jersey. You don't. Put on the Saints jersey.
Well, it is what it is, man. And with that being said, Andrew, this has been 2 hours, man. I can't believe it. Time's just flying by, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry I kept you so late.
Dude, this is great. It's good to hear from you, man, because
appreciate it.
You in a while, I'm waiting for those shows to pop up. I know you got projects, so they're invested. So yes, little sneak peek. Yeah. So with that being said, Andrew, before we let you go, man, why don't you tell us where we can find you and what you got coming up, or don't say what you got, but just say you got something coming up. Like,
I'm usually in this den. There's a little
very nice.
sports, yeah, there's a little sports nook that I've created for myself with a lot of logos of depressing teams, except for the Bucks. And Red Wings are just going to be another disappointment again, I think.
Oh, did they win last night?
No. They played the Devils. I knew we were going to lose. I just wanted to see a little bit more out of them. And I'm like,
Whose do they have on that Devils team? It's like a family of come on, man.
Their fourth line, I was like, yo, I'll take your fourth line as my second, please. Yeah, you usually can find me on Fridays. If I'm not like exhausted from work or busy doing other things, then yes, I'm doing North Sports Dynasty. I'm got a couple other things coming down the pipe, obviously, which will be happening in a couple of months because this is way too much editing that's going to be taking, and I'm already dreading it. But you know, that's what happens when you want to entertain people. So, yeah, and you catch me around. I do a couple other shows here and there, and yeah. So, thanks for having me on, buddy.
Andrew, thank you for coming on, man. I love having that international flavor to our show, man. Our friends from the north. So,
no problem.
All right. Andrew, have a good night, man. Take care.
You too, bro. Talk to you later.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have been on for 2 hours. Can't believe that. Time just flies by when you're having fun, right? So anyway, guys, I forgot to read Teresa's Baxter's comment. I didn't see it in there. She says, Creamsicle Week, and she says he's playing for a contract, be it with us or somewhere. I'm assuming that's Baker Mayfield she's talking about. But Teresa, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for commenting on the show. Anyway, everybody, I am stepping out. I have had it or have at it for 2 hours. Didn't think I'd go that long, but we did. I want to thank Alex Schomburg, Andrew Faubert for stopping by, chatting with me. And I want to thank everybody who commented tonight on the show. Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. And we will see you next time right here on Have At It with your boy, Ben Cornett. Have a good night and have a good weekend, everybody. Take care.